Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we take your sources and really try to unpack the most important insights. Today, we're digging into a pretty fascinating guide called Conversation Casanova: How to Effortlessly Start Conversations and Flirt Like a Pro by Dave Parada. And you know that scene, right? You're out somewhere, maybe a bar, maybe a coffee shop, and you see this seemingly normal guy just effortlessly captivating someone. There's laughter, smiles, maybe a little touch, and you're kind of left wondering, what is he doing? What's the secret?
Yeah.
Well, that used to happen to our author, Dave Parada, all the
Yeah.
time. He talks about feeling like an outcast, being afraid to talk to people, especially women. He even mentions dealing with a stutter and, believe it or not, being thought to have Asperger's until he was 14.
Yeah. And what's really compelling, I think, is how he takes that common observation, that effortless attraction, and just completely demystifies it. He's basically saying, look, it's not magic,
Mhm.
it's a system, it's replicable, and it's based on specific things that, guys who get it consistently do. Things like making interactions sexual, making women laugh, actually having a good time, and building a real connection.
That brings up a good point, though. We hear all the time, like 95% of communication is nonverbal. So, how critical are the words themselves in the system he's laying out?
Right, that's a great question. And Parada argues very strongly that words are absolutely essential. Essential for true connection, for finding out about someone's deeper aspirations, their personality. And crucially, to make a woman feel something. It goes beyond just that initial visual impression.
Okay. So, our mission today then is to really explore this system. It sounds like it promises more than just, a better dating life. It's about flourishing relationships, more opportunities in general. So, let's unpack this thing. Let's see how anyone can supposedly unlock this power of conversation. And apparently, it all starts, well, surprisingly, inside your own head. Right. So, our first big takeaway from this deep dive is all about these mindsets. The author, Parada, he stresses they are the absolute foundation, like building a house, right? Solid foundation, you can build something amazing, but if it's shaky, everything can just crumble.
That's such a crucial analogy because your mindsets, they really dictate your thoughts. And then your thoughts dictate your actions, and your actions, well, they dictate your results. This is especially critical in dating and conversation, obviously. Think about it. A negative mindset, like, I need women to prove my self-worth, that can lead you to, say, lash out if a text doesn't return right away.
Hmm.
It creates this whole negative spiral. But a positive mindset, like the one he suggests, all women are attracted to me until proven otherwise, that just changes everything. It makes you more flirtatious, more confident, naturally more sexual in your interactions.
Well, it's not just thinking positively, it actually changes your behavior.
Exactly. It recalibrates how you approach the whole situation.
Okay, so what are these specific Casanova mindsets then? Let's break them down. The first one is taking responsibility for your life. Parada paints this kind of bleak picture of the average guy's dating life. Meeting women just by chance, maybe settling, lots of bickering, just a general feeling of being out of control.
Mhm.
And he contrasts that with his own big life change, quitting his accounting job to pursue online entrepreneurship and travel the world. A very active choice.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? How much control do we actually have? And his argument is, well, we don't always control what happens to us, but we absolutely always control how we interpret it and how we respond.
Right.
So applying that to dating, it means stop blaming women, stop blaming external factors, take full responsibility for leading the conversation, for making it positive, and yeah, for the outcome too. Own it.
Okay, taking ownership. Makes sense. What's next? Mindset number two. Overcoming the need for validation. He suggests that deep down, a lot of men believe they aren't really enough, so they're constantly looking outside themselves for validation.
Yeah, from women, from money, status, fame, whatever.
And this leads to needy conversations, shallow interactions. He even admits pretty candidly that he used to approach women partly to impress other guys.
Wow, that's honest.
Yeah, trying to prove his worth after feeling, inadequate in college.
It was fascinating there is this shift he describes, moving from seeking that external thumbs up to living by your own internal values.
Right,
For him, it was choosing freedom and creativity over, say, financial security.
right.
The core belief becomes, I'm enough, period.
Great.
I don't need anyone else's approval to feel complete. That's powerful stuff.
Hugely powerful. Okay, number three, a man with purpose. The book states pretty clearly, women are drawn to men with a driving goal, a mission that exists outside of them.
Independence.
Exactly. If you have that purpose, you're not easily thrown off by one bad conversation or even a few. Your whole identity isn't wrapped up in that single interaction. And Parada links this to his own experience quitting accounting. He was determined to create this life of travel and online income, even when people doubted him, even with financial pressure.
Yeah, and if you connect that to the bigger picture, having that clear purpose prevents you from making women your absolute #1 priority, which ironically sounds good, but it often leads to neediness.
Right, it undermines the connection.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the idea is find what makes you feel alive, what really invigorates you, and go after that. That becomes your anchor.
Okay, this leads us to the fourth mindset, and this one.
Uh,
This one feels like a real game changer. She's into me.
yes. This one's controversial for some.
Right. Because most guys, Parada argues, spend way too much time scanning for signs of attraction. They move slowly, they hesitate, they miss opportunities.
They're waiting for the green light that might never come.
Exactly. So his solution is radical. Assume attraction from all women until you get concrete proof otherwise. Like until she literally walks away or says, no, I'm not interested.
So how does that actually work in practice? I mean, you can't just magically believe it, can you?
Well, his point is that you interpret everything through that lens. She dressed nicely. Okay, sign of attraction. Playing with her hair, sign of attraction. Good posture, sign of attraction.
You're basically choosing to see positive signals.
Precisely. And the key insight is that this assumption changes your behavior. You become more flirtatious, more confident, more naturally sexual in your vibe. And often, he claims, reality starts to align with your beliefs. People respond to that confidence. Okay, so the mindsets are the foundation. Got it. But then there's the actual doing it. That fear of walking up to someone. It's real. Parada shares this story, really relatable, about being in a supermarket and almost talking himself out of approaching someone. All the usual excuses.
Oh yeah, the internal monologue of doom. We've all been there.
But then he sees the moment.
And that's the key point, isn't it? The fear doesn't vanish. It's always there.
Yeah.
But you can overcome it. And the deep dive offers 4 sort of actionable steps here. First, focus on overcoming the fear itself. Just confronting it is more rewarding than avoiding it.
Okay.
Second, shift your perspective on risk. Approaching. Small risk, maybe a few minutes of awkwardness, doing nothing. Big risk. Missed connections, reinforcing bad habits.
That's a great reframe.
Third, stop waiting for the right moment. It never comes. Just take the first physical step. Walk towards her. That immediate action cuts off the overthinking loop.
Get out of your head.
Exactly. And fourth, tap into your manhood, your core confidence. Focus on what you genuinely find attractive about her. Her eyes, her smile, her energy. This shifts the feeling from nervous fear to nervous excitement. And often, she'll pick up on and even mirror that excitement.
Okay, so you've psyched yourself up. You're walking over. What do you actually say? That's the million-dollar question. The guide gives 5 practical ways to start a conversation, adaptable to the situation. Number 1, going direct.
Bold.
Yeah. State your interest clearly, slowly, maybe offer a handshake. Hey, I know this is really random, but I saw you walking by and thought you were cute. Had to say, hi, I'm your name.
Simple, honest.
2, situational. Comment playfully on something in the environment like, I always confuse these mannequins with real people. Something light.
Breaks the ice easily.
3, the where is Starbucks? Ask for directions, but then cut her off before she finishes.
Ooh, sneaky.
Yeah. You say, actually, I just thought you were cute and wanted to meet you. I'm your name. It's lower risk because you gauge her reaction to the initial question first.
Clever. I like that one.
4, the simple introduction. Just a confident, slightly lower toned, hey, how's it going? I'm your name. Sometimes simple is best.
Can't go wrong.
And 5, this one's fun, especially for groups, the seahorse versus octopus. Ask an unusual opinion question. Hey guys, my friends and I are having a debate. Which pet would you get? A seahorse or an octopus?
Aha, that's brilliant. Instantly memorable and gets people talking. But, beyond the opening line, that first impression is so critical. And the book dives deep into common mistakes here.
Right, because it's not just what you say.
Exactly. It's how you say it, how you move. So, mistake number 1, talking too fast. Big sign of insecurity.
We've all done it.
Absolutely. The solution? Slow. Is down. Seriously, talk slower than feels natural. It's captivating.
Okay, slow down.
Mistake 2, speedy, anxious movements. Looking jittery, lost. Solution, slow down your movements. Confident people move deliberately. Slow, smooth. It even attracts approach invitations, as he calls them.
Interesting. Mistake 3.
Looking too serious or too goofy. Avoid the stick of his butt serious look, but also avoid the overly goofy, just friends smile.
The balance.
Right, the solution. The sexy smile. Think a slight, confident grin. Ryan Gosling is the example he used. A little bit of teeth.
Got it. The Gosling grin.
4. Slouching. Instant insecurity signal. Solution. Develop strong posture. Head high, shoulders back, stand tall. Simple but effective.
Makes a difference.
5. Darting eyes. Looks unconfident, like you're hiding something. Solution. Strong eye contact. Hold her gaze, look at one eye until he looks away first. It builds connection, releases oxytocin.
Powerful. And the last one.
6. Talking with a high-pitched voice. Often an instant turn-off, straight to the friend zone. Solution. Speak from your belly. Practice deep breathing. Project a deeper, more resonant masculine voice.
Okay, so you've nailed the approach, the opener, the first impression. What's the very next thing you say? After the intro, shaking your hand, the book says the key question is super simple. What are you up to?
Brilliant. Utterly brilliant. Because it instantly tells you her logistics, her situation.
Right, and that lets you adapt. Scenario 1. She's in a rush. Maybe less than a minute.
What do you do then? Abort mission.
No. Parada says, still go for the number. Something like, hey, I know this is random, we just met, but you have a really fun vibe. We should grab a drink sometime this week or next.
Bold even when she's busy.
Yeah, and if she says no, no worries. Just take it as a compliment. Keep it light.
Okay. Scenario 2.
She has a few minutes to talk. Now, your goal is a good first impression and getting the number at a conversational high point.
So keep talking a bit.
Exactly. Use those assumptive statements we talked about. You seem like you're from California, or you look like an adventurous person. Keep it light, flirty for a few minutes, then ask for the number.
Got it. Build a little rapport first.
And scenario 3, she's got plenty of time. Maybe she's just browsing, relaxing.
Now you have options.
Right. You could offer an instant date. Like, hey, I know a great coffee place nearby. Want to check it out?
Spontaneous?
Or just continue the conversation. Use open-ended questions, genuine compliments, playful teasing. Build more connection before going for the number or extending the interaction.
Makes sense. Adapt to the situation.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Flirting. The book says it's about making her picture you two together romantically. But it also says most men are, well, terrible at it. Why is that? What are the common mistakes?
Yeah, he breaks it down into 3 main reasons. First, they're too blunt. There's no subtlety, no intrigue, no fun. It's just direct in a boring way. Like that example, I bet you look amazing in lingerie. Kills the mood.
Too much too soon.
Second, they're overly direct in a way that ruins mystery and can even trigger sexual shame or make her uncomfortable. He shares a pretty stark example from a club where a guy was way too explicit too soon and the girl just shut down.
Yeah, reading the room is key.
Absolutely.
Mm.
And third, a big one, they use friendly flirting instead of sexual flirting. Friendly flirting is safe, it's innocent, but it lacks any real sexual undertone. It screams just friends.
Ah, the friend zone trap.
Exactly. Sexual flirting, on the other hand, has those subtle undercurrents. She knows you're interested romantically, not just being nice.
So if those are the problems, what's the core solution? What's the biggest key to effective, sexy flirting?
2 words. Intent. It's all about the intent behind your words and actions. It's how you say something, the underlying sexual interest you're communicating non-verbally.
Okay.
Parada tells this story about watching a friend talk to a woman he was clearly attracted to, but his whole vibe was platonic. He sounded like a flimsy tourist, as Dave puts it. No intent.
So why is showing that sexual intent so crucial then?
Well, first off, it destroys the friend zone instantly. She knows where you stand. Second, it communicates you're a sexual being. You go for what you want, which is attractive. Third, it actively builds sexual tension and attraction.
Right.
Fourth, it actually increases the odds of a second date because there's no ambiguity. And fifth, it just sexually charges the whole conversation, makes it more exciting.
And what does that intent look like, tangibly?
On the surface, strong eye contact, talking a bit slower, that subtle, sexy smile we mentioned. Below the surface, it's the mindset. I might want to spend time with this person romantically, and I'm okay if she picks up on that vibe. It's confidence in your own interest.
Okay, so with that intent as the foundation, let's get into specific techniques for sexy flirting. The book mentions subtlety first.
Right. This is key. It's about implication, not hitting her over the head with it. So instead of the blunt lingerie comment, try something like, really? Well, I know it sounds crazy, but I happen to love women who love lingerie.
Okay. It's indirect, creates a bit of a challenge, shows you have standards.
Exactly. Much more intriguing. Then there's exaggeration. This is great for handling her playful texts or jabs.
So?
When she throws a little verbal jab, Agree with it, and then exaggerate it ridiculously. It shows humor, that you don't take yourself too seriously.
Got an example?
Sure. If she says, I bet you say that to all the girls, you could respond with, damn it, you caught me. Usually they don't figure it out this fast, though. Must be losing my touch today.
Haha, okay. Playful deflection.
And then a really powerful one, positioning yourself as the prize. This is basically verbalizing that she's into me mindset.
So you flip the script.
Exactly. Playfully imply that she's the one hitting on you. If she touches your arm, you might grin and say, whoa, trying to seduce me already.
Okay.
Or maybe, all right, we can go back to my place, but you got to promise not to try anything funny. It's cheeky, confident, and changes the dynamic.
These are great, but teasing. That feels like a minefield. How do you tease without being offensive or just annoying?
Excellent question. Because the book stresses teasing is essential for fun, flirty chat.
Yeah.
But yeah, most guys mess it up. Let's cover wrong teasing first. What to avoid. Never ever tease about sensitive stuff. Physical features. Fashion sense, unless it's truly outrageous and you're laughing with her. Social skills, intelligence, family, and absolutely never wait.
Common sense, hopefully.
You'd think. Also, avoid actually critiquing her. Don't put her down for her genuine likes or dislikes, like if she loves reality TV. Don't tease constantly. It makes you look like a clown. And avoid self-deprecating humor in this specific context. It can kill the vibe.
Okay, so that's what not to do. What's the right way to tease?
Several fun techniques.
Yeah.
One is absurdify. Take something normal, she says, and make it ridiculous. She says, I'm from Ohio. You say, Ohio. Nice. So did you grow up on a farm wrestling cows or...
Okay, lighthearted exaggeration.
2, bring yourself into it. Create a we're in this together feeling. Oh, you're a psych major. Oh, you're probably analyzing my every move right now, aren't you? I'm onto your tricks.
Creates a shared joke.
3, stereotyping. Playfully. Use lighthearted stereotypes. Ah, a New Yorker, huh? So you probably think anywhere outside the 5 boroughs is just camping. Use with caution and humor.
Gotta know your audience there.
Definitely. 4, challenge her. Playful physical stuff. Thumb wrestle, mock, dance off, rock, paper, scissors.
Gets kinetic.
5, mock her. Gently exaggerate her accent for a second, or mimic a word she says in a funny way. Again, delivery is everything. Keep it affectionate.
Tread carefully.
6, playfully disagree. You don't like pineapple on pizza, that's it. We can't be friends anymore. Then maybe turn your back for a dramatic second before laughing.
Creates playful tension.
And 7, accuse her of hitting on you. We touched on this. Are you flirting with me right now? Hey, my eyes are up here. Always with a smile.
Okay, so lots of ways to tease playfully, but flirting isn't just words, right? The nonverbals are huge.
Absolutely crucial. The book covers things like sexy eye contact. Using that triangle gaze, eyes down to mouth, back to eyes, shows interest. Also developing bedroom eyes, that sort of soft, dreamy, intense look. And moving your eyes slowly, not darting around, conveys confidence.
And matching her gaze?
Yeah, that's a subtle one. If she looks away out of nervousness, don't just stare her down. Look away briefly, too, maybe like 25% of the time she does. It eases pressure.
Makes sense. What about proximity?
Close proximity generally equals more intimacy.
Yeah.
Sit next to her on a date, not across the table as possible. Lean in slightly to talk in her ear in a loud place, maybe with a light touch on her elbow as you do. Face her head on when talking.
And touch. That seems important, but also potentially tricky.
Hugely important, and yeah, needs calibration. Physical touch is essential for connection and sexy flirting. There's even research cited showing it increases compliance and perceived dominance. The key is how you do it. Touch early, a handshake counts. Touch at high points when you're both laughing. Touch in safe, appropriate places, elbow, upper arm, maybe the small of her back briefly when guiding her.
And crucially,
Without drawing attention to your hand, make it natural, casual. You can even playfully hold her hand for a moment when leading her through a crowd or when asking about a ring she's wearing. It builds connection subtly.
okay, so we've initiated, made a good impression, flirted effectively. How do we keep the conversation going and build a real connection, beyond just the surface stuff?
This is where we move past flirting into deeper connection. And the absolute key, according to Barada, get her talking about herself.
Why is that so effective?
Because the more she talks, the more she shares, the more invested and connected she feels to you. It's a fundamental aspect of human connection.
But so many conversations get stuck in that boring small talk loop, right? The interview mode.
Exactly. Asking those basic, factual, one-word answer questions back and forth. Where are you from? What do you do? How many siblings? It goes nowhere.
And the consequence
Leads to flaking, being forgotten, feeling misunderstood, because no real connection was made.
So the solution involves What? Better questions? Better listening?
Both. It's asking the right kind of questions, actively listening and relating, and consciously avoiding common conversation killers.
Let's start with questions. The book distinguishes between short answer and open-ended.
Precisely. Short answer questions: where'd you go to school? What's your job? They're fine to start, but too many in a row, interview mode death. The goal is to transition quickly to open-ended questions. These are the money questions that require more thought, longer answers, revealing personality and feelings.
And the key is just to dig a little deeper.
That's the phrase he uses. So she says, I'm a teacher. Don't just say, cool. Ask, oh, wow, what do you love most about teaching? Or what inspired you to get into that? Go beyond the label.
And there's actually psychology behind why this works.
Yeah, there's a study mentioned from 2012 showing that talking about ourselves activates the brain's pleasure centers, the same ones triggered by food and money.
So asking good open-ended questions literally makes the other person feel good.
Bingo. But again, just asking isn't enough. You have to actively listen and relate. Don't just nod blankly while planning your next question. Give feedback, repeat back part of what she said, so you felt really excited when you finished the marathon.
Shows you're actually hearing her.
Right, and then connect it to your own experiences, if appropriate. Show you get it, you understand the feeling of the situation. Genuine interest is magnetic.
The guide also flags common mistakes that kill connection, based on this idea of making someone feel like the other, like you don't get them. Mistake number 1.
Stating contentious opinions. If you hate office jobs and she loves her corporate gig, don't launch into a tirade about cubicle life.
Yeah, finds disagreements instead of common ground.
Exactly. The solution: be non-judgmental. Focus on finding commonalities, shared hobbies, values, travel interests, whatever. Build bridges. Don't burn them.
Okay. Mistake number 2.
Getting married to a conversation topic. You know, when a topic has clearly run its course, it's dead, but someone keeps trying to revive it
Painful to witness.
and makes you seem socially unaware. The solution: gracefully weave in multiple topics, signal higher social intelligence, ask a good, new, open-ended question, ideally shifting towards more emotional territory.
Got it. Keep it flowing. Mistake number 3.
Talking too much about yourself.
Right.
We all know this person. Parada shares a story about a rich, handsome doctor who just monologued about himself on a date.
Let me guess. She made an excuse to leave.
Sick grandma. Excuse. Classic. The solution: keep the focus primarily on her. Remember that principle. The more she talks about herself, the more connected she feels to you.
It seems counterintuitive, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
So what are those deeper emotional topics that build connection?
The book gives 5 great go-to areas to explore, weaving them in naturally, not like a checklist. First, her experiences.
Like travel?
Yeah, her last big adventure, favorite place she's been, but crucially, how it felt to be there, what she experienced emotionally,
Right.
her dreams, what she always wanted to do, what's a big goal for this year, and again, how would it feel to achieve that? Get into the why and the emotion.
Third.
What she loves to do, activities that set her on fire, what makes her laugh uncontrollably, what does she love about those things?
4.
Her passions, what's she most passionate about in life, what makes her feel that passion, how does she feel when she's engaged in it?
Seeing a pattern here with the feeling part.
Absolutely. And 5th, her motivations. Why did she choose her career path? Why did she move to this city? Why did she make a certain big decision? And how does she feel about it now, looking back?
So digging into experiences, dreams, loves, passions, motivations, all focused on the underlying emotions.
Exactly. When you genuinely go there, you bypass the polite surface chat and start creating real sparks, real attraction, real connection. It's a different kind of conversation entirely.
Okay, but eventually the spotlight turns. She's going to ask about you. How do most guys mess this part up?
Big time. Most guys default to reciting facts and stats. My job title, my car, my salary, my accomplishments. It comes across as trying too hard to impress or just boring.
Right, the emotional connection drops.
Totally. They tell terrible rambling stories, they humble brag, they give away their whole life story too quickly, leaving no mystery. The goal isn't to dump your resume, it's to intrigue her, to flip that attraction switch further.
So how do you talk about yourself attractively? The deep dive outlines 4 essential elements.
Right. Element 1, understand the purpose. It's not to monologue, it's to briefly excite and intrigue her, showcase attractive qualities, and then turn the focus back to her. Keep her wanting more.
Okay, brevity and intrigue. Element 2.
Highlight sexy qualities. And research is cited here. A 1995 study highlighted dominance and pro-social behavior as key attractors for women.
Okay, unpack those. What does dominance mean in this context? Not aggression,
No,
right?
definitely not aggression. It's about confidence, leadership, not putting women on a pedestal, knowing what you want. You convey this through stories maybe about achieving a difficult goal, taking charge in a challenging situation, leading a team or project.
Got it. And pro-social behavior.
This is about demonstrating kindness, empathy, helpfulness, altruism. Stories about helping someone less fortunate, having fun times with friends, shows social value. Helping a friend achieve something shows you're a good human being.
Secondary qualities mentioned.
Yeah, also highlighting adventurousness, appreciation of beauty in nature, art, people, and crucially, appropriate vulnerability, showing you're human.
Okay, so highlight those qualities. Element 3.
Bait her. This is clever. It's way more powerful if she asks about you rather than you just volunteering information.
How do you bait her?
Few ways. Use an intriguing statement. Give short, mysterious details. Instead of, I'm a software engineer, maybe, well, I spent my days building things online, but my real passion is actually intriguing hobby. Leaves her curious.
Yeah. Okay.
Use reciprocity.
Yeah.
If you've genuinely listened and gone deep into her life, she'll naturally feel inclined to ask about yours. It feels unbalanced otherwise.
Makes sense.
And use open loops, like a TV cliffhanger. Casually mention something interesting about yourself, then immediately pivot back to her.
Wow.
Italy's amazing. That reminds me of this crazy cooking class I took in Florence once.
Yeah.
Anyway, what was your favorite city there?
It plants a seed of curiosity.
Nice. Leaving breadcrumbs. And the fourth element, follow proper etiquette. 3 key rules here. Rule 1, don't make it all about you. Keep your share brief, then pivot back. Rule 2, paint yourself as more than ordinary. Share stories, but structure them well. Goal, obstacles, overcoming, success. This is where Parada's own story about quitting accounting and moving to Vietnam comes in. It shows struggle, determination, overcoming fear, achieving a goal. It's compelling.
Right, it's not just facts, it's a narrative. And rule 3.
Be relatable. Don't sound perfect or holier than thou. Poke fun at your past mistakes. Show your success involves struggle. It makes you human, accessible, not intimidating.
And the absolute best way to package all this when talking about yourself.
Storytelling. Humans are wired for stories. They hook us emotionally, we remember them.
And the key to telling a good story in this context.
Tell it as if you're living it right now. Use your voice, your facial expressions, vary your tone to match the mood. Keep her engaged, on the edge of her seat. Involve her by asking little questions during the story. Can you imagine how nervous I was? Use pauses effectively for suspense.
Like Parada's Vietnam story you mentioned.
Exactly. It hits all the marks. It's about him. It showcases attractive qualities, dominance and taking control of his life, adventurousness, vulnerability about his fear. It was likely on a topic she showed interest in, travel, life changes, and it has an impact.
And every good story has that basic structure.
Right. 4 parts. Introduction, hook, set the scene, development, the struggle, the obstacles, climax, the turning point, the decision, and resolution, the outcome, the takeaway.
Okay, that makes storytelling seem much more achievable. Now, near the end, the book talks about habits and overall philosophy. There's this character, Walt from Kentucky.
Haha, yeah. The cautionary tale.
Yeah.
The guy who just talks at people, never with them. A conversational black hole.
So to avoid being Walt, there's a simple habit recommended.
Super simple, but powerful. Try to learn 3 things about her.
That's it, just 3 things.
That's it. But the key is, these aren't just surface facts like her job title. They should be things that touch on her emotions, her feelings, her why. Like, what's something she's really passionate about and why? Why does she live where she does? What does she feel about the city? What does she love about her job or hobbies?
So it forces you to ask better questions and actually listen for the deeper stuff.
Exactly. It shifts your focus from how can I impress her to how can I understand her. It builds the habit of active listening and connection automatically.
And finally, underpinning all these techniques and habits, there's a core philosophy.
Yes. And it's fundamental. All the tactics are useless, even counterproductive, if you don't genuinely love women.
What does that mean exactly? Love in what sense?
It means appreciating them, respecting them, enjoying their company, seeing the good in them. He argues women can feel the difference. They can sense when a man is coming from a place of genuine appreciation versus bitterness, insecurity, stubbornness, inexperience, or just having ulterior motives.
And cultivating that genuine appreciation requires self-work.
Definitely. It ties back to the mindsets. Accept responsibility. Don't blame women for your past failures. Avoid becoming bitter. Understand, women are emotional. Recognize their logic might differ from yours. Learn to connect with their feelings. Appreciate her beauty, both inner and outer. Don't get lost in your own head. Focus on what you find beautiful and compelling about her. It brings out your positive masculine energy. And, circling back, have a mission outside of women. Don't make them your entire world. That leads to neediness, which kills attraction and respect.
So this whole approach, it's really built on mutual respect and enjoyment.
Precisely. It's about fostering trust, having fun, and ultimately building fulfilling connections and relationships.
Wow. Okay, so this deep dive into Conversation Casanova, it's
Yeah.
really gone way beyond just pickup lines or tricks. It's laid out this whole system, starting with that internal foundation of mindsets, then moving through overcoming fear, mastering the nuances of initiating, flirting both verbally and non-verbally, and finally connecting deeply.
Yeah, and if you connect it all back to the author's own story, Dave Parada, I mean, going from intensely shy, dealing with a stutter, to becoming this world-traveling entrepreneur who seems confident connecting with people, it's a powerful testament. It shows these aren't just dating tools. These conversational skills, this confidence, this ability to connect, it opens doors everywhere in your career, your friendships, every part of life.
It's a shift in perspective, isn't it? Seeing people as interesting, seeing life as exciting.
And realizing the only real limits are usually the ones we put on ourselves.
So, for you listening, what does this all mean? I guess it really boils down to taking action. These tools, these mindsets, they're powerful, but they only work if you practice them, put them into play. Like the author says, sometimes you got to scare yourself a little bit. Maybe even metaphorically, destroy your life to let the next great thing happen.
Because you can build it back up
Yeah.
better than before.
So, thinking about everything we've unpacked today, what is one small step, one tangible action you could take today to start putting these ideas into practice and changing your conversations, maybe even your life forever?